Welcome to another episode of Crosstalk. My name is Kevin Tocci, and I will be your host for the next 30 minutes. Now, as you've come to expect or realize from this particular program, we do our best to try to have folks from either the communities of Whitman and Hanson. We'll focus on things, community events, maybe a local event that's going to be coming up. It's that time of year where there's a lot of politics going on, so maybe we have somebody who's running for office. But today we have something that's really fun, and we're going to share some information about your public library in the town of Whitman. Joining us is Andrea Rounds. She is the director of the Whitman Public Library, and with her is Nicole Monk, and she is the new youth service librarian. Ladies, welcome to Crosstalk.
Oh, Kevin, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
First and foremost, a little, we haven't seen you in a while. How are things going over at the Whitman Public Library?
Oh, things are going wonderfully. Thank you so much. We have had a tremendous year. We've got a lot going on. Summer reading over the summer was exhausting and productive. How many children did we have at our summer reading program, Nicole?
Registered?
Registered children. Like 600 people came to different events that we had at the library.
No, like 1,200 people came to different events. Over 300 children and teens signed up. I'm not sure the exact number.
Yeah. Now, see, that's cool because this is her first time on TV.
Yeah.
And what was it about Nicole that made her an attractive candidate to be the next youth service librarian?
Oh, Nicole's skills are far-ranging. She is good with little children and fussy teenagers and nice teenagers. And we have lots of programs that Nicole does at the library. She does story times, and she'll pick out all the books for the kids. She's doing a fabulous job. Most recently, Nicole redid our website, and she has written some fabulous grants and gotten the library a considerable amount of new resources. So she's adding value all over the place.
Talk to us about some of the stuff that you've done since you've been at the public library.
Well, I guess I'll talk about the summer since that just passed.
Please do.
One of the main things that was new this year was we started a touch-a-truck, which was something that we had hosted at my former library, which was a lot of fun. So we had the Whitman Police Department, the Whitman Fire Department, we had the Mix 1041 ice cream truck was there. We had the DPW bring down some construction vehicles, and everyone just set up camp in the library parking lot. So it was really great, and the kids literally got to climb on all the machines.
I was going to say, how priceless is that to see the kids being able to interact with, you know, a police car or a fire truck, or maybe there might be a front end loader that the DPW brings. I mean, what was that like for you to see that happen?
It was great. I mean, the best part of my job is always when the kids are in the library, when the kids are there and they're having fun, and that's what I love to do. So anything that gets them there makes me happy.
Now, are you part of the success of one of the biggest grants that you guys have found, and I believe that is the Full Steam Ahead grant?
Yes, it's true. We were just awarded the Full Steam Ahead grant from the Institute of Museum and Library Services. We're very excited about sort of everything that's going to be happening. It's aimed at preschoolers, so any of the programs that will be funded from the grant I'll be running.
How do you, now give me your thought on receiving that, because when you had called me, you were very excited about you actually want to share the information with the public about it.
I'm so thrilled. This was an extremely competitive grant process that we went through. We were in competition with much larger libraries throughout the state, and the program that we designed was considered to be a model. So in years coming, they hope to duplicate some of the programs that Whitman residents and Hanson residents will be able to attend this year at our library. And Nicole had a large part in crafting this grant. She's tied everything in very nicely to the Common Core standards, and we're really working hard to further this mission to teach children as young as possible the science, technology, engineering, and math skills, and art, which will make them so valuable to employers and to do well in their education in the future. So we're happy to support that with this grant.
I have to ask you, Nicole, I mean, how difficult is it to write a grant and know that there's certain things that you have to pinpoint to catch the attention of those who are willing to give out money for, you know, certain needs?
Well, thankfully, Andrea was writing the grant with me. So really, I was able to focus more on what are we going to do with this money? What programs are we going to run? What resources are we bringing into the library and into the children's room specifically? So it was my first experience writing a grant, but it was
a successful one.
It was a successful one, thankfully. And working with Andrea and with Molly, we also had one meeting with someone from the state that was really helpful in going over our application as well.
Now, where is talk to me about where some of the money is going to be spent I believe it's in your area, right?
It's yes. So the grant itself is aimed at preschool age children. So everything we do will benefit them in some way, although it may increase, obviously, and benefit children past that age as well. One of the main things that you'll see in the library very soon are new Raspberry Pi computers, which are computers that are going to be set up to teach children the beginning of computer programming. They'll be running Scratch, which is a programming language based on Python. And it basically puts little pieces of code into puzzle pieces for children to link together to be able to begin to understand it. But because it's graphic-based, the children can just link the puzzle pieces together. We'll have robotic arms that they hook up to.
Isn't this cool?
And so the children
Very
can see what I'm doing on a computer can have a real-life physical application.
See, I think back to like when I was lucky I didn't get to touch and see computers till high school, and at that time it was MS-DOS, and it was like I'm kind of a little bit older, and it's like now to see how kids at such an early age you're going to have something where they're going to be understanding code. I'm like, I barely understand code, and they're going to be able to have it, ground level, and it'd be something that they'll know inside and out. So that's going to be cool. So what else do you have going on?
So other things in the room in general, we'll be getting a bulletin board, different activity stations throughout the library, a sensory table for the children. Just always hands-on experiences is the goal for children to explore with.
Okay.
We will be doing a lot of different programs. We actually hosted our first program this past Saturday. It was called Theater and Technology, where the children, I tell them, but it's a folk tale that they already know. So this past week we did Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So I retell them the story as a refresher, and then they literally act it out and learn how to work a video camera. And they film each scene separately. And it went really well. It was such a success.
Wow.
We're hosting 2 more of those in the fall, one in November and one in December.
Yes.
See, it's too bad that we would be able to. Now, how good? You said you've already done this, right?
Yes, yes.
And how long is the footage? Just out of curiosity, is it just like 2 or 3 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? It depends.
No, 2 or 3 minutes, I would say.
Okay.
We set up each scene ahead of time, so we film a scene at a time, and then we switch out the children, so everyone gets to have a turn.
That's definitely pretty cool. So you have people who are working the camera, and you have people who are in front of the camera, and they're taking turns. That's almost like what we do here.
It is a little bit.
It's kind of like on a small level. Maybe those young individuals will eventually want to come here to Whitman Hands Community Access and do some programming down there. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't say nothing. What else do you get going on as far as other programs that are coming up this fall?
Sure. So one of the things we'll be doing each season, as well as an app education class. So we'll be hosting that for parents, where it really provides them with resources that are age appropriate and educational. And we'll be doing it for as many devices as possible. So hopefully the apps will be available on iPads, on Android, on anything that you might have, whether it's a phone, a tablet, whatever it is.
See, I'm a parent myself, and I feel overwhelmed sometimes with the amount of stuff that there's out there. You never know if you're getting a quality app. Sometimes I don't even know what my 5-year-old is doing on the tablet, and that's scary. I would like the screen time that she has to be educational and enriching in some way. And what Nicole and the library hope to provide are different resources for parents so that we can learn how to support our children as they use this new technology. Kids are starting to use technology younger and younger, and we need to provide them with the good stuff.
Well, and it's funny you mention that, because the way that the school systems are testing, I mean, we're slowly going away from MCAS to PARC, and that's all online. You know, so I mean, they got to really be proficient when it comes to using computer technology. What are STEAM kits? What are those, and what's that have to do with the collection development?
Yes, so obviously some of the money will be going towards our actual collection to, you know, get more books and other items that are STEAM related. One of the things that we're creating are kits based around a different STEAM theme. So one will be on weather, one will be on the human body. I think we're making 2 more as well. And we're going to create 2 sets of the kits. One that parents can check out and take home, and they'll have books as well as activities that they can explore. And then the other kit will circulate to preschool teachers. And those will be checked out for longer so that they can really implement them in the classroom.
So if you have a home daycare or a preschool, come to the library because we have resources for you. We'll have an entire kit with a lesson plan and different materials that you can take out to share with the students in your preschool. And we'll have it all done for you. It'll be nice.
You're going to be just so pleased. I mean, it seems as though you've hit the nail on the head with bringing in Nicole and the grant writing, some of the things that she's already kind of, put the money towards. Some of the things I'm sure you guys have had conversations and a lot of input from her and maybe some of the other folks who work at the library. I got to ask a question though. STEAM, is STEAM an acronym for something? STEAM is an acronym. It stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. And so parents have probably heard it as STEM, which is more prominent in education right now. The goal with STEAM is that you'll really only see it when working with the young children. And the idea is to incorporate something they already love, to incorporate arts, to incorporate crafts into these other areas so that they get excited about these as well. Now you also have some twice monthly programs. It seems like you got a lot of fun, especially if you're using food. Yes, so beginning in January, we'll be hosting a program that will run twice a month. We'll be running one during the day and one at night, so whatever works best for parents, they can come to. And those are the ones that we mentioned specifically align every time with a common core for the preschool students. And so we'll be exploring a different thing each week. So we might, one time we're doing engineering and we're building with pasta, marshmallows, apples. We're exploring the senses one week. They're learning about density just by learning what sinks, what floats, the idea of different materials. Just how do you keep them from eating the product, though? I mean, I would be into the marshmallows.
That's why she's a wonderful
apples.
children's librarian.
They can eat the product when we're done building. I don't deny them the food, just for a little while. Little Johnny eats more marshmallows than he needs for his product. I mean, for his project. I'm just curious. What about as far as something, you got a musical petting zoo you're also doing? Yes, during the upcoming school vacations, we'll be having a musical petting zoo. So children will be able to check out ukuleles. They'll try out, mini keyboards, anything that's sanitary, nothing that you'll put in your mouth. And really, I mean, music helps develop math skills. It helps develop hearing. So they'll get to try all of those out, and then they'll be creating their own instruments out of recycled materials as well.
And Miss Nicole is holding out on us here. She did purchase her own ukulele.
Really?
She has been using it at story time.
If I had known this, I would have requested that she brought it with her and had her do a rendition of one of her favorite tunes.
Yes, she needs to.
Next time.
What Andrea fails to always remember is that while my ukulele is in tune, my voice is not.
If you see Miss Nicole at the library, you can ask her to play you a song on the ukulele.
And she does it on request?
No.
The ukulele is not there daily, so you have to take your chances.
Okay.
But it will be there for the musical petting zoo.
Okay. Well, I want to, Nicole, definitely a great job, and it looks like it's a great lineup. How can somebody find out more about this stuff other than watching this program? Do you have the stuff listed on the website?
It's not all listed on the website. As each program or each, when the computers get upset, I will add it to the setup. They will get added to the website, but until then, I haven't laid out like the whole grant plan.
If you'd like more information about the library and the offerings that we have coming up, you can always check our website at whitmanpubliclibrary.org. You can call the library. We're 781-447-7613, or you can email us at info@whitmanpubliclibrary.org, and I will answer your email, I promise. Yes, so there's lots of ways to find out about these programs as they progress. But this grant will be going on until next October. So we'll have activities constantly posted on the website. And
So that means you and Miss Nicole can come back and do more shows.
absolutely, we would love to.
She turns this cute color red that I get a kick out of. She does. But she did an excellent job explaining a lot of this stuff, and I think a lot of people definitely are appreciating the information that you've shared so far today. So thank you so much. And folks, just so you know, we're not leaving out the adults, because that's actually what we're going to do a small little segue to, is that we have stuff that's coming up for adults. You get special programs, do you not?
We do. We host a variety of programs for all different ages, and Miss Nicole is wonderful at providing all of our birth to age 18 programming. But we also have programs for adults of all ages and abilities. We have an exercise program that will be starting in January at the library, and you'll have to check our website for more details on that. But each week we'll host sort of a Get Into Shape informational panel with some of the local gyms and workout centers in town.
Very nice.
And everybody likes to keep their New Year's resolution, and you might want to find out about that.
At least until, like January 14th or something.
Right. Yeah, that's about how long I usually last, too. But I'll have no excuse because they'll be at the library. We also have some book buzzes coming up. Now, those are led by our Assistant Director and Adult Services Librarian, Molly Klanowski. She's fabulous. She runs a program that is a book group without assigned reading. So essentially, if you've read something and you really liked it, you can come to this group, and it's very casual, drop in, discuss what you're reading, why you liked it, find out from your neighbors, your friends, just all sorts of people that come to the library and want to talk about books and literature, which is so important. So if you're interested in that, we have a Council on Aging visit coming up on the 10th. And the 14th of November. And then on Saturdays at the library, we'll have some adult book buzz meetings on the 18th of October and the 29th of November. You can check the website for more information because we host those all year long. We do have some presenters coming to the library.
One of them is my favorite.
Yes.
Dr. Gary Hylander.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
He is phenomenal. I've done radio with Gary.
Have you?
I have, and he is impeccable when it comes to his history and details for history. A big fan of his. I believe that the gentleman who's directed this program actually was there to capture the last time Gary was at the library.
It was a huge success.
It was. I believe the room was full.
It is, yeah. It routinely packs the room to capacity.
What is he coming back to talk about this time?
He's coming back to talk about the Battle of the Bulge, and then he has a second one.
That's the second one.
Oh, so the first time he'll be here in October to talk about the Salem witch trials. No, he's coming back twice because he's so popular. We have him in October for the Salem witch trials, and that's on the 28th at 6:30. And then we'll have him again for the Battle of the Bulge, and that's in December.
Okay.
So,
what if somebody likes crafts? Do you have any craft events coming up?
We do. Adults need an outlet for their creativity, just like children. And although we won't have the adults build things out of Legos and food, we will have them make some of these interesting crafting activities that Molly has plans. We have Glitzy Gourds, which is a sign-up program. So if you want a spot, please call the library and reserve your spot today.
You can sign up beginning a month before and not until then.
And
she's doing a great job.
She really is. Thank you. So you can learn how to decorate some local gourds and pumpkins. And then one of our popular events is we have Jackie from Buds and Blossoms. We have her come into the library and she helps people construct centerpieces. And those programs are always fabulous. So maybe for your holiday table, you'll take one of those home with you and learn how to make a beautiful display piece, and you can use that on your own table at home.
Awesome. How about you get something here listed, tech drop-ins? What is that?
Oh, tech drop-ins are super fun. If you have a technology gadget that you're not quite sure how to use, the library is here to help you. And we work a lot with people who have iPads, e-readers, so Kindles, Kindle Fires. Even if you have an app on your phone that you'd like some help with, not all the apps, but the library-related ones, we can certainly help you get free ebooks and learn how to use your technology. So we just have some periods of time. You can drop in to these periods of time usually on Monday nights or on Saturdays, and you don't sign up, just come in with your equipment and your questions and we'll do our best to help you.
And if otherwise, is it always Mondays, or is there, do they have to look at the calendar and
you
just double check on
you have
the
to look
website?
at the calendar because we've got things going on all the time at the library.
Okay. You were telling me something that I thought that was fascinating, and it's also good that you're here on Crosstalk because you can share the information and folks can maybe help out, because you are looking to do a new project, digitizing.
Yes, so at the library we have a local history collection where we have lots of items that are unique to this community. And we have the collection of Ruth Graves Wakefield memorabilia, toll house items, and also artifacts. So we have some menus and matchbooks and lots of literature about the family and the toll house. And we recently were awarded a grant from the Boston Public Library where we're going to digitize that material so that it'll be accessible to people online. Researchers often come to the Whitman Public Library to do their research on the toll house and on the cookie. So we are making this material accessible to the entire world. And part of the grant, along with the digitization of the items that are in our local history collection, are also, we're going to be digitizing our yearbooks. So if you have yearbooks, especially yearbooks prior to 1960, that you would be willing to donate to the library, or that you would like to let us borrow to scan in and then we can return them to you, we would really appreciate your help. So if you come into the library and ask to speak to myself or Molly Klonowski, or drop them off with somebody at the desk, we would appreciate the community's support, because once your yearbooks are all online, then we can all search them and you'll never have to worry about losing your individual copy.
And that'll make Thursdays more special, won't it?
Yeah, for Throwback Thursdays.
Throwback Thursdays.
Yes.
Is there any particular yearbooks, parts of the yearbook that that you're missing? Certain years that you're missing?
I think there are several years, and we'll have a list of those on our website.
Okay.
But I don't believe we have any items prior to 1960. So if you have items, your yearbook prior to 1960, please bring it into the library.
And is it just strictly the high school, or is there any other yearbooks you're going to look to do too?
No, just the high school for now.
Okay.
If there's a great...
Just curious.
Yeah. I think it's enough. It's a pretty ambitious project. They scan every page of every yearbook, so we'll be hosting that on our website.
Now, do you have like a big enough hard drive that you're going to be able to hold this on? Do you have a multi-terabyte hard drive that you're going to be able to? Just curious.
I'm sure that it will be stored safely and securely, and we'll have all of your memories preserved. The Boston Public Library is handling this process for us, and they'll host the material, so things should be safe.
You won't believe this, but we just got 5 minutes left. Time has flown.
Wow.
With that time, is there anything that we haven't talked about, Miss Nicole or Miss Andrea, that you want to take a few moments to chat about?
I would just like to say that we talked about all the preschooler stuff, but I do have programs going on for the older children, for tweens, for teens as well, all this fall and next year as well. So just check the website for any of that information. I don't want anyone to feel like they're left out just because this particular grant is aimed at one age.
What's it been like for you, kind of getting up to speed and being a part of the Whitman Public Library?
Oh, it's been great. Oh, I love it here. I haven't regretted my decision. I used to live up on the North Shore, so I moved down here. But it's been fabulous. It's a great place to work. Everyone's been really nice.
And it seems like you guys get along. You guys have a nice, just like with you and Molly. You have a nice working relationship. I can see where you guys have some fun, and it seems like you guys are all in the know as to what's going on with the public library, and that's kind of good.
It is. Librarians are nice people. We're not scary, and we don't shush too terribly much, at least not the children in the children's section at the library.
I have to say, I'm sure I haven't been there since the wall was put up. How is that? How do you feel that has enhanced things at the library since you put that wall? Put the wall up.
Community response has been tremendous.
Really?
The wall was so necessary and so needed. The noise proofing and soundproofing, and also the ability for the children to have their own space and the adults to have their own space is so critical. When you come to the library to do research, you should have a quiet place to do research. But when a child comes to the library to make noise and listen to Miss Nicole sing and have puppet shows and interact with the children's material, that's often quite noisy. So I know, as a parent myself, I really appreciate that wall because it makes life easier and more welcoming for children and adults at the library.
And let's not forget that this library, maybe not like some others, actually has Legos, correct, Ms. Nicole?
It does, yes. One of the aspects of the grant actually, we were able to purchase Legos, and we'll be incorporating that into our afternoon story time once a month, which actually is today at 4 as well, is the first time we'll be adding Legos.
Okay, and is that every Tuesday at 4, or
no,
how
it's
often?
just the first Tuesday of the month that we'll be doing Legos. For the rest of the time, it will still meet Tuesday at 4, but we'll be doing our regular crafts.
Okay.
And I have started as well a Lego Mania club for elementary age children that's meeting, I think, 3 more times this fall, and we'll be meeting even more often beginning in the new year.
Anything we want to say in closing you want to give out as far as Facebook page or website?
You should like us on Facebook. We have a very strong, active community of users on Facebook, and we are usually sending out reminders about our programming on Facebook. So if you always forget, oh, story time, I meant to go to that, well, like us on Facebook, because then we'll tell you and you'll be reminded. And
No, are we looking forward to the holidays? You got some special things that you're planning for the holidays while we have a minute left?
we do. Every year during school vacation, we always put on a whole host of programs for the children. Last year, there was almost a 2-week school vacation, so we did gingerbread house making, and that was extremely popular at the library. This year, Nicole has suggested that we make Polar Express.
Yes, we're going to build a Polar Express out of Twinkies, so every child can make his or her own train car after reading this story, and we'll link it together before they enjoy eating it.
Yes.
That ought to be interesting.
It will be a wonderful
I'll give you a
time.
fly on the wall for that, just to see how many Twinkies actually make it to the project.
Right.
Well, I want to thank you ladies so much for coming in and being on Crosstalk.
Thank you, Kevin.
We will expect
Thank
another
you.
visit from you, hopefully before the end of the year, if there's any new news regarding grants or any new programs that are going to be up and running and continued success. Welcome to the community, Miss Nicole. And folks, please head on over to the library. I think it's 100 Webster Street.
100 Webster Street.
Stop on by, tell them that we sent you. You've been watching Crosstalk. Till next time, have a great day.
Thank you so much.